Imagine entering a restaurant that feels like you're about to witness a theater play. From the moment you walk in, they give you tickets and seat you at a table where you get to witness the chefs in action. The showmanship is exactly the vibe Teatro is going for. One of the most affordable fine dining restaurants in Barcelona where you get 14 elaborations at a price of €100. The menu also plays homage to this concept, listing the chefs and service staff as cast and split the courses into play acts according to their order. We started off with a hibiscus meringue and herb bite, a delightfully floral, fresh, and sweet way to open up our palates. The next bite is a play on typical vermouth snacks with a puffed potato base, marinated cockles, and an olivey pickled sauce. This was followed by a roast leek and romesco cracker with almonds, a nod to the calcot tradition of Catalonia. This was also a fun snack and a great introduction for those unfamiliar with Catalan cuisine. Next up, a tuna and ikura tartare on brioche bread. For the person with a dairy allergy, they replaced this with a puffed rice and tuna belly bite. Both were fresh and had a sweet, fatty mouthfeel from the cut of the tuna. For our fifth bite, a puffed bread with beef carpaccio and a tartare sauce on top. They seem to like making puff food. We start moving on to the hot food, starting with this savory fried mochi with chicken plum stew. The flavor was quite comforting. Next up, the eel, foie gras, and seaweed boat. I love the flavor of this dish. I just felt it was lacking some rice since it was a bit salty. Next up, we have some mackerel confit in pork lard and torched on the skin side. This bite was incredible. If you're not a fan of oily fish, this might not be for you though. Next up is the Korean style octopus, which is tenderized and fried, served with mayo, crispy fried breadcrumb bits, and spicy cucumbers for balance. Our final seafood course was this shrimp brioche roll that was perfectly soft and buttery, and the shrimp was juicy and sweet with a nice bite to it. Now for the meat, we got a lettuce wrap called sam, continuing with the Korean inspiration, and it's filled with pork jowl. The pork basically melts on your tongue. Forget carbonara, I want my guanciale like this from now on. Despite the fatty pork, it was a well balanced bite thanks to the freshness of the vegetables and the acid from the squeeze of lemon. Our final savory course came as a roast lamb shawarma with pickled condiments and a grilled flour tortilla. The lamb had a beautifully smoky and fatty flavor from the charring, which was lightened by the pickles. Before moving on to dessert, I checked out all of the different kitchens or stages they had. Each had their own section: the pastry, cold kitchen, hot kitchen, bread kitchen, and wine cellar. Now, on to the desserts. This tropical millefeuille was the highlight of the meal for me and something I would come back just to order 5 of. The crispy wafer thin biscuit was a delight to bite through. Mango and pineapple layers had cold, creamy, and sweet with all sorts of different textures and brightened up with a sprinkle of lime zest. This is something I wish I had the recipe for to recreate at home. It was incredible. The last dessert and the last course of the meal was this chocolate texture dessert: airy, light chocolate and a creamy chocolate mousse sandwiched between a paper thin biscuit. The service was spectacular. When we told the team we wanted to bring some food for takeaway to the hospital for a family member who couldn't join, the chef jumped in to suggest some dishes that could be transported for takeaway. He even drew a little note, which was so thoughtful. This is the level of care and attention that makes fine dining worth it.